not to mention all the other things that go on and all the attitudes that these people have. I just can't understand how Muslims can reach the point in their development where they are so backward. And I don't mean backward in the sense technologically or something like that, or they don't have modern ideas or something. No, I mean backward, like dumbass backward of if you read the Quran, what is the sin of Iblis, a shaitan, when he refused to bow before Adam? His thing was, I'm better than him. He's made from that and I'm made from this, and I'm not going to, where Allah orders him to do something, he refuses because of arrogance. I'm better than him. Our religion is so clear that we're only better than somebody else based purely on our deeds, our intentions, our belief, the things that, not what language we speak or where we were born or who our parents are. I mean, it's so ridiculous that I spend my whole life in a time in the history of my country where we just fighting against the hardcore racism that we have had historically in the United States, and that we still have. Yet get beyond a lot of that, and then you find this perfect religion, and then you meet these people who are the dumbest ass racists that you'll ever meet. And these are the Muslims. God, this is so disappointing. But to the question of going to Jummah, yeah, that's a neglect question. And when I mentioned that I didn't mention that I didn't go to Jummah. I said in a very roundabout way, but you caught on to that. And I just reached the point where I can't do it anymore. I cannot be around these people. These people, yeah, they're Muslims, fine. I wish them well. I'll give my life for them if I had to, inshallah, to defend them. But I'm not going to be around them. It's a waste of time. I would rather, like I say, go up in the hills than deal with these people who are just impossible. I think that's sinful. Maybe. Definitely. But I'm not going to deal with them anymore. I will not deal with people who think they're better than me because of their ancestry. Isn't that the stupidest idea? Only the dumbest ass racists in this country think this way. And I'm not going to spend my whole life fighting against something and then meet these morons who don't have an original thought in their heads. They don't question anything. I mean, they're so culturalized by their dumb-ass cultures that, and then they don't want to live in those cultures. They come here and they bring all their crappy baggage with them. No, thank you, I'm not going to deal with that. I reached the point where I was became intolerant like this. And it manifested itself in behavior like this, what I'm talking about. And when you do that with these people, they just cut you off. They don't deal with you. They just treat you like you're some kind of a raving maniac. So, that's it. I just don't have to deal with people I don't like. Stupid people. What? No, thank you. I mean, you say, well, isn't there a community in it? No, there's not a community here. I mean, I've never met a group. I mean, maybe I'm making something complex simple, like these people, those people. But it's really true. I mean, every single Arab that I met has the same basic attitude. And I don't, it's like they hand it down from father to son of the same crap. And they just refuse to change. All the Pakistanis, they're like all the same. They just can't break out of that mindset. It's like in the United States, in the southern part, the southern United States, with their racist mentality. They can't break out of it. They can't break out of their racist mentality. Even though there are a lot of white Southerners who have, still, it's just, they just can't do it. It's just, ingrained, like their blood and rushing through their body. I'm not going to waste my time with people like that. Well, that's my discussion about that. Aren't you glad you asked? Well, you actually didn't ask. I just brought it up. Oh, by the way, here's a secret reveal from Mustafa. What does he have in his hand? This is let's see. What is this? What is this? Can you see that? What is this? Okay. So I did want to answer. Oh boy, I'm going on and on. I did want to answer at least one of these questions. What is your idea of a happy family? What is your idea of a happy family? My idea of a happy family is where the people in the family are happy. Well, I mean, to put the question differently, what is your idea of an ideal family or a good family? You know, I think that would be, on the Islamic question, people who help other people in the family to be the best Muslims they can be. That should bring, in other words, the things which I see in my culture that destroy families are things that Islam doesn't allow. I do not think that people have their roles. The woman has to be her set role, and the man has to be in his set role. You know, that's fine, and that might, you know, there are things in our religion such as compassion and gentleness and kindness and love that you cannot legislate. And a lot of Muslims today, they have this mindset of, we're going to make everything into a fiqh issue and, you know, go ask some scholar, or should I do that? Well, you know, the basic environment of the Quranic message does teach things like mercy and compassion and gentleness and kindness. So I think that these things are the things which should make people happy. The problem is you live in a very complex world where you have lots of outside things that are coming into people's lives that complicate them. And those things, I guess, are avoidable in the sense, I'm not going to turn my computer on or my TV on, or I'm not going to do this or do that. And some people live very strict lives like that, and I've done it myself. So certainly people can do it. So, I mean, sometimes, you know, what makes happiness, I don't know. How do you define happiness? Don't look at me. My family is not a happy family, you know. Not that they should be unhappy. It's just, if I look at them, they're not happy. They're well off. They have a lot going for them, but they're not happy. They're not Muslims. But the question is, are Muslims happy? You live in a Muslim society. Are the people you know happy? I know my family isn't. What do you expect from any relationship? What do I expect from any relationship? I don't have relationships. Okay, I avoid relationships, so I have zero expectations from relationships. Presumably, this question means, I guess, female-male relationships. I don't have any relationships, so I don't have any expectations about relationships. I guess you could say, what do you expect from a relationship? I expect a relationship to fail. That's my expectations from a relationship, because that's all I see around me.